for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building, and we back. New media today, USA boxing. Yes, y'all. You know what I mean? Old school. Yes, y'all. Yeah, man. I know I'm a couple of minutes late, man, but shout out to everybody in the chat, man. That's rocking with the boy right now, man. We're gonna let YouTube do what it do. Send the alerts out, let everybody know, YouTube, that we are live pretty much an hour or so before the actual press conference. So we're gonna try to rock on out all the way through the press conference. As you can see, I have the great RIP to the champ, the Ali bell, who this bell is named after of. Ali. We got the great Ali, Muhammad Ali, behind us. You know, this is the guy that Malik Scott said that Beyonce Wilder, the Torquinator, is 10 times better than skill-wise inside the ring. Blasphemy. You see what I'm saying? Malik Scott, slap yourself. Anyways, you know, as you know, guys, you know, this press conference, I can't wait to see this press conference. Hopefully we'll get a chance to cover it. You know, just talk about it a little bit. Got my phone ready. Let me see what this press conference is going to be at. It's probably going to be showing live on YouTube. They're going to stream it. It's supposed to be at the Staples Center. You know what I mean? So if it's going to be at the Staples Center, you know what I mean? That'll be pretty well. I think so. You know what I mean? I think so. You know what I mean? But I have a whole bunch of posters coming, man. I have Mike Tyson right there. You know, fighting Trevor Berbick. I'm going to have a bunch of posters on the wall. I have Sugar Ray Robinson coming. I have Marvelous Marvin Hagler coming. R.I.P. to both of those legends. I have Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker coming. R.I.P. to that brother right there. I have Roy Jones Jr. coming as well. You know what I mean? So, hey, let me tell you guys something. You guys need to get this book. You know I'm an avid book reader. You know what I mean? This is only in America. And it's not by Don King. It's by Jack Newfield. He studied everything as related to Don King. Bruh, if you want to learn about boxing one-on-one, just from the business aspect of boxing and how slimy these promoters can be, bruh, read this book. This is detailed documentation of everything that from Don King's life. They actually made a movie about this. Vin Rames actually played the character Don King in that movie only in America. You know what I mean? It's a damn good movie though. Damn good movie. I read the book already, right? But I'm going to read it again. It's been a minute since I read it. So I'm going to read it again, guys. You know what I mean? Actually, you know, I have my bookshelf right here. I have a lot of books over there. So, you know, I got stuff about basic economics, marketing, advertising. You know, that's kind of like my background, marketing and advertising. You know, commercial finance. I come from that field as well. Religion and politics. I'm pretty well versed in that as well. You know, just a lot of I have some race hustling books over there. You know, that I'm pretty much, you know, me being involved in that foolishness for a while. I got a bunch of stuff over there, man, a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, when I get ready to go to war from a debate standpoint, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm really, really ready. You know what I mean? I have a lot of stuff. And I don't even have all of my books over there. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. You see what I'm saying? So now, guys, you know, I hope that let me drop the link so my brother Shep Moore can come on in. You know how we do it. Drop the link. Anybody want to come in and rock? Let's rock. You know, does Tyson Fury have a psychological edge, you know, in this upcoming bout between the Torquinator and the Gypsy King? Now, some would argue no, because right now the Torquinator fanboys are happy and excited. They are seeing they have hope. They are encouraged because they see, you know, Wilder punching on the hand mitts with Malik, who took the dive Scott. Malik took the dive Scott, which is his new trainer, his new lead trainer. So everybody's happy about that. And that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Again, guys, you know, Wilder is good for the heavyweight division. He is a character. He's very animated. You know what I mean? He talks a lot. And me personally, I love it. He's very entertaining. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine the heavyweight division without him or Tyson Fury, because both of them are really good talkers. You know, Anthony Joshua's not so much. You know, he's kind of more of just a stoic guy. He doesn't really say much, don't really do too much. He just boxes in the ring. But, you know, we need characters in the sport of boxing that help keep everything going. You know what I mean? Give us something to talk about. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of love it. I'm anxious to see this press conference. I want to see what Mr. To This Day got to say, man. You know what I mean? Let's give a round of applause to my brother Shelton Moore in the building. Shelton Moore is in the building. Round of applause. And we're going to hit the Ali bell for my brother. Shelton, go ahead, fam.
Good morning. Good afternoon, rather, Coach. Good afternoon, chat. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I went down to the convention centers at the LA Convention Center. Went down there today and talked to security. They said they're having a press conference inside a big conference room. So I'm not doing that. I can't be up in there with them people. You just see, as you know, Tiafimo just caught COVID. So I'm not going to be closed up in a room with all these people who've been traveling. I'm not going to do that. So we'll watch it together on the stream. A lot safer.
Right. So Bo TB said that no, that's what Malik Scott is doing. Malik knows Wilder isn't better than Ali, but he is pushing the greatness into his mental to leave no room for doubt or fear of repeat. What do you think, Coach? There's 10,000 ways he could have did that without committing blasphemy out of his mouth about the great Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? He could have said, "Listen, man, Wilder made a couple of mistakes in the fight. He wasn't there. His legs were sapped. He could have said his legs were sapped. Wilder wasn't the same. Everybody know this, but this time he's going to be not only mentally prepared but physically prepared for the battle. I have total confidence in him. Wilder has the greatest knockout streak out of any heavyweight in the history of the heavyweight division. He could have said something like that, even though he fought a bunch of tomato cans and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. He could have said that in order to reassure him. But when you say something about Muhammad Ali, you 10 times better than Ali. That's just blasphemy, in my opinion. You know what I mean? In my opinion, and I can't let that ride. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Coach, and you're absolutely right. I mean, I see what he's doing because they had that little interlude about 3-4 years ago where he bumped into Belinda right. Ali,
right?
And she told him he was the closest thing to Muhammad Ali on camera, and he's running with that. And Malik Scott, being the good yes man that he is, he's continuing with the narrative. I see what he's doing. I get it. It's still blasphemous and disrespectful, but I get it because from what I see, and this is just my opinion, people, Deontay Wilder is the kind of guy who needs his ego massaged constantly. He has to be told constantly how great he is. Now, we all know he's not too interested in proving how great he is, but he likes to be told that.
Right.
That's the kind of thing that gets him up and motivated, in my opinion.
Right. I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat right now, man. Carlos Mendoza, shout out to you, fam. Jed Stillwell, shout out to you, fam. Steve in the UK, shout out to you. My brother Halim, shout out to you, fam. Angus, shout out to you, my brother. Let's see, Bruce Dog, shout out to you, fam. Let's see, Eliza, shout out to you. Michael Andrew, shout out to you, fam. Gardner O'Connor, shout out to you, fam. Michael Andrew, shout out to you, my brother. Of course, let's see who else we have. Who else we have in the chat? Some of the same people, you know what I mean? So the real Zoe, what's going on, fam? What's going on? You see what I'm saying? What do you say? Why the title, Coach? That's going to make people come in with negativity. No, not really. I mean, if they come in with negativity, fam, it is what it is. I'm just asking the question: does Tyson Fury have the psychological edge in this press conference? I'm just
let me address somebody right quick, Coach. Hey, Dutch, and that's the beauty, Dutch, of this channel. You can have your opinion. I stated before, in no unequivocal terms, that's my opinion. You got your opinion. That's the beauty of this channel. See, on this channel, we're not going to time you out or call you an idiot or say you was a sucker for having an opinion. We don't do that over here.
Right. We just agree to disagree. There's nothing you're going to say to change my mind. You can talk till your lips fall off. I'm not going to agree with you on that particular subject matter. And I can talk till my lips fall off. You're not going to agree with me. We're just going to agree to disagree. You see what I'm saying? That's what we can always agree on. We can always agree to disagree, Dutch. Shout out to Michael Andrew. Shout out to Mr. T. I pity the fool. Shout out to Bo TB. Shout out to Dead Game Boxing. Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad in the building. The Twerk Nation is in the building. Shout out to New Money DMG. Shout out to Smile Back If You're Ugly. Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to Bacon and Eggs. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Best Life. Let's see who else we have. Shout out to Dutch. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to Philly Fly. What's going on, fam? And shout out to Leighton Evelyn. Shout out to Alice Gonzalez. Shout out to who else we have? Ricky VW, Jeff Lucietta, my brother Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Eddie Val, Corn Kid. And I think that, shout out to Wizard Sleeve. You see what I'm saying? Let's see who else we have. And I think that's it. Shout out to Peter Von Arks. Shout out to Just Blaze. Shout out to Uwapo. What's going on, fam? And that's it. That's enough. That's all the shout out.
Michael Andretti. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, Michael Andretti. Shout out to you too, fam.
But see, here's the problem with your logic, Mike. He hasn't done anything in his career to be called a king. He hasn't fought the level of competition that a Ali, that a Holmes fought, that even a Mike Tyson fought. He hasn't fought that level of competition. So when you fighting guys that's ranked number 43 in the world and number 82 in the world and number 23 in the world, and you calling yourself a king, you the king of the heavyweight division, you fought a 41-year-old Luis Ortiz who ain't fought nobody his damn self. I mean, what have you done? The first time you stepped up in competition against a credible heavyweight, you had a draw, which I thought, honestly, watching the fight the second time, I thought you won the first fight. I will say that. In my opinion, you won the first fight. But the second fight, you got your ass handed to you. Period. No matter what excuse you try to dream up. So what has he done to call himself a king?
Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales in the building. Lisa, what's going on, sis? Shout out to Lisa Bales. Shout out to Meryl Dixon. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, you make a valid point. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what defines a fighter is his competition, who he fought, and how he was able to dominate in his era. Now, I will say this: Wilder did not have, there's not a whole bunch of great competition in the heavyweight division. So that's not his fault, Anthony Joshua's fault, or Tyson Fury's fault. But there were other fighters that Wilder could have fought. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please subscribe to his channel. Please subscribe to Major Key Boxing. Shout out to Troy Graham, them brothers over there, Major Key Boxing. Shout out to them as well. Please subscribe to that channel. Yeah, but at the same time, right now, as soon as he stepped up in competition, he fought someone who had better footwork, who can box, and wasn't going to stand flat-footed with him and just let him punch him. You know what I mean? He caught problems with this guy. You see what I'm saying? And then the pillow-fisted guy ended up stopping him. And what tells me the character of a champion, what tells me the character of a man, but definitely a guy who says he's a champion, is when how does he bounce back from adversity? As soon as you lose, when you make 13, 14 different excuses of why you lost, that tells me something about your character. Now I hear Wilder saying that, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with losing. You know what I mean? That's how you could become a 2-time, 3-time, 4-time champion. You know what I mean? By losing and then running it back and winning it back. He's right about that. But he should have said that in the beginning. That's my only issue. My only issue with Wilder is this. Outside of him wanting to be pregnant and twerking, let's put that aside. You know what I mean? Because that's just food for the fodder. My only issue with Wilder was this. When you lost, what he should have said was, listen, man, and he said it the night of the fight. He said, oh man, I just fought the better man this night. I lost. And then when he gave an interview to Kevin Iole, he did make an excuse. He blamed it on his costume for why his legs were sapped, but he could have just left it at that. He sounds like a bitter child now, whining, crying, looking for sympathy, saying it's white supremacy. Fury has the complexion for the protection. Black referee, crab in the bucket, cheating for Fury, but the referee took a point from Fury. So explain to me how this referee was a crab in the bucket when he took a point from Fury to help you out. You see what I'm saying? You blame your trainer, threw him under the bus. He getting death threats. Sugar Hill getting death threats because he trained the guy who beat your ass. It's just a whole lot of those inconsistencies. You had COVID, egg weights, padding missing from the glove, the entire boxing commission, Mauricio Suleiman, Nevada Athletic Commission, VADA, everybody conspired against you. They did conspire against you prior to you losing this fight. You was in love with these guys prior to you losing this fight. After you lost the fight, you made up a million excuses, and this is the only issue I have. And I'm going to continue to hold Wilder to the fire on that because he continues to perpetuate the same old foolishness. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to relent. I'm going to stand on my square, and I challenge anybody on that. Wilder fans or fanboys, it doesn't matter to me.
Mike P. Scientific. Mike P. Scientific. Okay, the drugs wore off, and then the evidence was bad. Okay, so now you're saying that Wilder was also involved, right? Because he took a tox screen after the fight. Tox screen came back negative. So now you're saying Wilder's cheating also, right? Everybody's cheating for Wilder. What makes Wilder so important that everybody, number one, decides to turn against him, and now they decide to hide the evidence of him being cheated? What makes him so important? He's that important to the sport, in your opinion?
He can't answer that question because he doesn't have proof. He doesn't have proof of that. This is just speculation. These Wilder supporters, they just make shit up, like literally. They say stuff that Wilder doesn't even say. I can see if Wilder said it and you're repeating what he said, these Wilder supporters just make stuff up in their head and then they taking a run with it, and then Wilder hears it and he takes it and recirculate it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna explain something to you. This is what the U.S. government does, right? And this is what you Wilder supporters are doing. The U.S. government, when they want to go after somebody, right, they'll release a fake fake narrative to the media. And the media say, hey, you know what, man, this person is in cahoots with Vladimir Putin and yada, 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 blah, blah, squaze. Even though they know that's not true, but they can't come out and say it. So what they'll do, they'll release, they call it leaking. They'll leak information to the media, and the media is, on the payroll as well. So the media will circulate that information, and then the people who released it, which is the government authorities, will turn around and say, oh man, wait a minute, we need to investigate this because the media is reporting that they found something about this person is in bed with Vladimir Putin. Well, all the while, they the one leaked it. They the one leaked it in order to double back to justify doing what they already wanted to do in the first place. This is what you Wilder supporters do. You know what I mean? And it kills me. It's funny as hell. It really is. It's funny as hell. You know what I mean? You guys use circular logic in order to justify anything. You know what I mean? So, so Coach, other than that, that's it. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, we got my man Dennis in the building. Dennis, what's going on, brother?
Dennis, salute, fam. Salute to my brother Dennis. Let's give Dennis a round of applause, man.
Oh, thank you, Coach. I actually saw the napalm that you dropped earlier. And yeah, man, those 14 things that need to happen so that Wilder and his fan base should be happy. Actually, the one that really caught my attention was young Pharaoh being the referee, right? He was supposed to be the referee for that fight.
Yeah, we want to make sure that as a matter of fact, I have it right here, guys.
You have that list, Coach?
Yeah, I had a list
Please
right
run
here.
down that list. Put that list down, man, real quick.
I had a list right here. So, Mike P, This is for you, brother. This is for you. Because I dropped the video today, right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop it in the link. Anybody who want to go see it, go check it out. Mike P, this is for you. Mike P in the building. This is for all you Wilder supporters, conspiracy theories, and all of that, right? This is for you guys right here. So
yeah,
let me go ahead and open this up right quick. Open this. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and drop that link right quick. Copy. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it right here so you guys can listen. Can hear. So listen, this is what we're going to do. Since the entire sport of boxing has conspired against, and I forgot one too. I forgot no white towels. Let me write that down. No white towels should be allowed.
Towel. Nothing white.
Yeah,
in the building. No white shirts. No white socks. Nothing white.
And the coaches shouldn't have any towel beneath them. They can throw. We don't need them towels to be thrown in.
All right, so Mike P, this is what I have to say, brother. So I dropped the napalm earlier this morning. Here you go, right here. Check that video out, my brother. Number one, this is the list of demands that I have for Tyson Fury as well as Deontay Wilder. But first, we're gonna deal with Tyson Fury. Number one, since we heard a lot of conspiracies and conspiracy theories from the Wilder fan base and Deontay Wilder himself. He was the author of all of these conspiracies, come to find out, because he was feeding the alphabet boys that information, and they were just regurgitating what he told him, right? So this is what we have. Sugar Hill, since we had an issue with the hand wraps, right, in the gloves, Sugar Hill would not be allowed to wrap Tyson Fury's hands. You see what I'm saying? A bean pie eating ass guy from the Nation of Islam has to wrap Fury's hands in the middle of the ring so that everybody can see it. And the NOI members of BLM, the organization, the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, and the armed forces must escort Tyson Fury to the ring. After his hands is wrapped, because I want to make you guys feel good. After his hands is wrapped, we also going to need those same guys, members of the Nation of Islam, FBI, CIA, leadership of the BLM, has to check the gloves 25 times before Tyson Fury can put the gloves on, because we don't want any excuses this fight, right? That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, Fury must wear 55-ounce gloves. There's no such thing as 55-ounce gloves, but we're going to make a special. We're going to make this very special in this particular incident in order to make you Wilder fans happy and your fanboys happy, right? Fury must wear 55-ounce gloves on the night of the fight. Why? Because this will help Wilder not get hurt while Fury is punching him in the face. You see what I'm saying? We're going to go to number three, but let me give my main man a shout out. Shout out to my brother Toon for the super chat. They should fight in the dark. The white lights are in on it. Yeah, no white lights. No white lights. We don't want nothing white. We don't want nothing white. I want to make you Tyson Fury. I mean, you Beyonce Wilder fans. I want to make you guys happy. Whatever it takes to make you guys happy. So number three, since Fury has the complexion for the protection, this is where Wilder said that because of his skin color, he was allowed to cheat and do everything, and the sport of boxing conspired against him because Fury had the complexion for the protection. Since Fury has the complexion for the protection, because he's white, which he had no choice, no one can choose their appearance, Tyson Fury must tan his skin so that he can look darker on the night of the fight in order to make Wilder and his fanboys happy. Number four, Fury cannot sing American Pie if he beats Wilder's ass again, or he will be stripped of the WBC strap even though he wins the fight or won the fight, and it will go back to Deontay Wilder. Now, this is for you Wilder supporters and you fanboys who support Wilder. Since y'all believe in all these goddamn conspiracies, I'm on your side. Coach Malachi Williams on New Media Today USA Boxing is on your side. I'm representing for you guys. And this is what I'm going to do. Number one, Wilder cannot wear that fake ass Black Panther / Power Ranger costume to the ring. Since the last time he wore that costume, it drained his legs. It made his legs weak. He can't wear that shit no more. You see what I'm saying? No more costumes for Wilder. Number two, Wilder cannot wear a face mask since the last mask impaired his vision in the last fight. Because he said when he took the mask off, he didn't feel the same. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Coach, I'm saying, but he's still the reigning, defending ring walk heavyweight champion. What you talking about?
All right, yeah. So let me go ahead and finish. Let me go ahead and finish with this here. So number three, Wilder cannot drink any water or bring a water bottle to the ring since he lied on Mark Breland, which is a black man, and said that Mark Breland spiked this water bottle. So we don't want to take any chances of his water getting spiked. So Wilder cannot drink no water, and he damn sure better not bring no water bottle to the ring because we don't want to leave any error or any excuses or any room for anyone to spike his water, right? Number four, we need the leader of BLM to be the referee so that we can unjustly take points from Tyson Fury in order to help Wilder. So even if
Hold on, Coach. Wait a minute. Stop. You changing up now, Coach. You said Ben Crump was going to be the referee.
Oh yeah, Ben Crump. Sorry about that. Ben Crump. We got to make sure Ben Crump get paid. So Ben Crump has to be the referee. He's one of the professional. He's a lawyer, professional race hustler himself. You know what I mean? So we got to have Ben Crump, in order to be the referee that night, right? And Ben Crump is just as dark as Deontay Wilder. Number five, Tyson Fury cannot do any head movement, or Ben Crump, which would be the referee, would take 3 points from Tyson Fury. Why do I say that? This will allow Wilder to land the right hand a lot easier. So if Tyson Fury, this is for you, sir, and all of you Tyson Fury supporters, if Tyson Fury was to move his head anytime in the fight and do not allow Wilder to hit him with the right hand, Ben Crump, the new referee, will automatically take points from him. I want to make you guys happy because I don't want no goddamn excuses this time. Number six, since Wilder believes Mauricio Suleiman, Nevada Athletic Commission, VADA, who does the drug testing, and the powers that be in the sport of boxing conspired against him to cheat him, we will replace them with members of the race hustling, race baiting community or organization, members of the Nation of Islam. That's what we're going to do. Let me roll on over. I'm not finished. I want to make you Beyonce Wilder fans and fanboys happy, since you believe all of these things happen from the twerkinator. Number 7, Tyson Fury would not be allowed to put that juju on Beyonce Wilder, since Wilder believes that Fury put a spell on him in the last fight. Wilder recently came out and said that he had some kind of juju on him in a recent interview, that he wasn't the same, there was something wrong with him. Now, Tyson Fury, because he's a gypsy, he's putting juju on Deontay Wilder. Now, anybody else want to
wait a minute, coach. So what you're saying is we got to go find the gypsy shaman or the witch doctor, lock him up in a cage, sequestered away, maybe 1,500 miles from the fight, so we can be absolutely sure that the spell will not reach the ring.
Absolutely. Yeah. We gotta make sure of that, because we gotta make sure of that, guys, because from where I'm looking at it at, I just want to make sure, man, that we do everything in our power. And let me move this camera over. Let me move this camera over a little bit. So kind of leaning. Bear with me, guys. My little webcam right there. I want to make sure that we do. Go ahead.
We have a proposition from the comments. Someone is saying we should get Dr. Umar Johnson for referee.
Yeah, that's fine. The Umar Johnson, whatever make you Wilder fans happy. Matter of fact, we can have Umar.
He a little too fat, coach. He might not be able to move in the ring like that.
Right. We can have Umar Johnson. We can have Ben Crump, and we can have whoever Patrice Cullors, who is one of the founding members of the organization, the corporation BLM. We can have them in there. Whatever make you guys happy. That's what we're going to do, right? And we can have Young Pharaoh backing them up. We can have four referees in order to help them, right? So now,
and also Fred Hawthorne to be one of the judges.
All right. So hear me out. Let me go ahead and finish. All right. So now, this is what we need. Number 8, Wilder must show us the autopsy report so that we can show the boxing world proof that he has a dent on the left side of his skull. Since Wilder said that the autopsy, his brother Marcellus Wilder said that the autopsy showed that Wilder had a dent in his head, we need him to show the autopsy report. The only problem with that is the autopsy is a surgical procedure that is conducted by a doctor in order to show what is the cause of death. So I don't know how the hell someone who's alive from Alabama received the autopsy. I don't know how, and maybe that's an Alabama thing, but I don't know, right? So anyway, let's go to number 9. Wilder must be allowed to give Fury a special bottle of drinking water that Fury must drink before the fight and during the fight. So now, why is that? Because, we're going to trust Deontay Wilder not despite Fury's water. Fury cannot drink any water unless the water comes from Deontay Wilder. Number 10, Fury would not be allowed to knock Wilder down at any point in time in the fight. If he does, 2 points will automatically be taken away from Fury by the referee. You see what I'm saying? So Tyson Fury, you cannot knock Wilder down or we're going to take points from you. Number 11, we want 3 of the best race hustlers in America to be the judges on the night of the fight. Race hustler number 1, Louis Farrakhan. He has to be the judge. Race hustler number 2, Jesse Jackson. He has to be the judge. And race hustler number 3, I need a perm Sharpton. We have to have these 3 pro-black race hustling ass niggas to be the judge this night in order so they can always rule for Deontay Wilder. We don't want no excuses. Number 12, if Wilder does get the brakes beat off of him again, and like in this third fight, like he did in the second fight, no matter what happens, the doctor, the referee, or no one in Wilder's corner will be allowed to stop the fight. Because Wilder said he wants to go out on his shield. We want to make sure his ass go out on his shield. See what I'm saying? So if he dies, he dies. You see what I'm saying? Number 13. Wilder cannot talk about getting pregnant or having babies like he's talked about before in the past the week of the fight, even though he calls himself Mother Goose. So we don't need him talking about no babies no goddamn more. Number 14, we finna wrap this up. Wilder would not be able to twerk during the week of the fight. Why? Because we do not want the twerkinator to throw his back out the night before the fight, because that would be another excuse for why he lost the damn fight. And number 15, no white towels. We would not have any white towels at this fight. Other than that, that's it. If you guys can think of anything else, for all you Deontay Wilder fans, if you guys can think of anything else that that will help Wilder, win this fight, please let me know, guys, because I really do want to appease you guys to the best of my ability to make sure that you guys are really, 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 really on point. I don't know why this camera's looking so blurry. Okay. Other than that, guys, that's it. That's what I want. That's what I want. So if anybody else want to interject, please let me know. Give me any advice. I will call the Twerkinator myself, and I get him on the phone to talk to Malik, take a dive, Scott, and see if there's anything else that we can do to help the Twerkinator win. Because I don't want no goddamn excuses July 24th if he get his ass beat. Little Bullet. Hey, Leroy. Shout out for the super chat.
Received.
Little Bullet says, Fury has to wear a straitjacket from the start to finish. And Pope John Paul II will be in Wilder's corner to perform the juju exorcism between every round. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it, man. Other than that, that's it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we want, because, you know, all these conspiracy theories and stuff, you know, that's what we want, man. That's what we want. I want to do everything in my power to make you Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, fanboys. I want to do everything in my power to make you guys happy. Whatever it takes, make you guys happy. Please. I want you to be happy, baby. G-Man, go ahead and come on in. You can come on in. I got the link right. Anybody want to come in? You can come on in. The link right there. Anybody. You know, go ahead, Dennis, go ahead and talk if you want to say something.
I'm just interested to see the mind games that Tyson Fury is gonna throw at Deontay Wilder, because it's gonna get more and more ridiculous, because considering the fact that Tyson Fury is gifted in terms of the gift of gab, he knows how to articulate his words, he knows how to, play the mind games. I feel if Tyson Fury was able to get into Deontay Wilder's head in 2018 in the first bout, when it sparked like to this day, that to this day, he made him like lash out on Radio Raheem. Imagine Radio Raheem interviewing Deontay Wilder after this press conference, how intense it would be, because this guy will be like dismantled, especially mentally. So I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting to see the antics that the press conference is going to be. So yeah, that's what I gotta say at this point.
Shout out to Coach Asgey. Shout out to Coach Asgey. You know what I mean? He's one of the assistant trainers, one of the trainers of Tyson Fury. So shout out to Coach Asgey. If I'm not mistaken, he does a lot of work with MTK Global. So we're gonna ring the Ali bell for Coach Asgey. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Coach Asgey, man. Yeah. Other than that, man, that's it, bro.
Well, you forgot something, Coach. You forgot something. You forgot that the expert in cell regeneration has to be present, since Wilder died on the operating table and they had to perform an autopsy. So you got to bring the doctor that's versed in cell regeneration, who brought Wilder back to life, so he can give us the report on how the dent came about. Because last time I checked, bones don't dent, they break.
I just sent the link. That's the link right there. Please copy and paste the link. That's the link. I just dropped it again. Let me drop it one more time. Let me drop it two more times. And let me drop it three more times. So I just sent the link again, and I just sent the link again. So I just sent the link three more times. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's it. We got a new person in the building. G-Man, what's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, G-Man, I hear you. You're live. You're live on New Media Today, USA Boxing. What's going on, fam?
Great show. Been listening to you for the last 10 minutes. Just remember that they're going to be having a little thing. How long is it going to be? Is it the next 30 minutes? 25 minutes or so? Yeah, the press conference. Yeah, the press conference supposed to be in probably like maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah. Yeah, and then you was just reading off like the list, and I just thought to myself, this is exactly what I wanted to say. But with Deontay Wilder and his fans, like, there's so many red flags around Deontay Wilder, from like the beginning, from like 3 years ago, with the 50 million, take it within 24 hours or no fight. I've been calling out AJ for years. Then he turns down 7 million, then he turns down 15 million, and he claims that they're low balls, AJ is scared, There's just so many red flags with this guy, but the fans of the fanboys of Deontay Wilder, they can find one small thing, which is Fury's glove, and they can believe that 100%. But with all these red flags behind Deontay Wilder, we can't believe anything that's going on. It just doesn't make any sense from a rational person who can think straight. You see what I'm saying? Just so
absolutely.
Crazy.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna put everybody on mute right now. We got Coach Askey in the building. We're gonna let Coach Askey talk it up. Salute to my brother, Coach Askey. You know what I mean? We're gonna hit give him a round of applause, and we're gonna hit the Ali bell for Coach Askey. Coach Askey, see, I got Ali in the background. You see that now?
I love it, man. I love it. The greatest.
No, Wilder's the greatest. You know, Wilder's the greatest.
Oh, yeah. Let's not offend anybody. Wilder's the man.
Hey, salute, Coach. How you doing, fam?
I'm good, my brother. You looking well. I love them biceps, man. Them guns are looking hot.
Oh man, I just ran 3 miles, man, earlier before I came. You know, before I got on, I ran 3 miles and worked on the punch bag for like probably like 20-25 minutes and jump rope, and you know, just came in. I gotta go lift weights later on today, so I just try to keep myself in shape. Just in case one of these youngsters, man, I know I'm 47, man, but just in case one of these youngsters wanna, you know, think it's sweet over here, you know. I gotta know how to keep them off me, you know.
Be faithful to one, man. Be faithful to one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach Askey, man, look like you and you in your backyard. It look beautiful back here.
Yeah, this is my house. This is it.
Oh, it look nice, man. I love, you know, I love nature. I love the nature, man. So when I see trees and stuff, you know. Hey, Coach. Coach, listen, man, you know I was riding with Josh Taylor, man. Josh Taylor came to the U.S., did his thing. You know, the referee, not the referee. Yeah, it was a referee and the judge. It seemed like the judge was trying to, you know what I mean, put a little flim-flam, but they really didn't have any choice. But
listen, in boxing, there's killers, there's natural born killers, and Josh Taylor's a natural born killer that can box, and that's
right.
That's what you're dealing with. You know, yourself, you've always been screaming and shouting, one of the very few. G-Man's always been backing him. So listen, right. I told him, he's a different kettle, this man. This man's, you know, he's a tribesman, the Taylor clan. This man is on a different breed. From his movement with his taekwondo background to his boxing, to his rough, you know, this man, he didn't cherry pick his opponents. He dived into the deep end. So he already had the hard fights with Prograis and all them lot. People underestimate Kung Sun. They're thinking, okay, you know, Joshua stopped with a nice early body shot, but they don't realize just how hard Josh Taylor hits. I know, I've worn the bodysuit. I felt his punches. Man, this man is special. The undisputed champion of the world, in my opinion, right up there, pound for pound. I put Crawford right up there because Crawford's just a different level at the moment. But what upsets me is they're going to fade Crawford out because right now, he's the man you don't want to fight. And what they'll do is they'll try and fade him out. They'll try and not keep him busy, slow down the momentum. Then people will start cherry picking once he's faded or started to show signs of decline.
I think Wilder. I spoke with Bernie the boxer, and I think, you know, his contract is up in October. So, whether Bob Arum gives him a fight before then or not, I don't know.
Now, listen, I can see Crawford. Remember, he's only got one fight left, and I think he'll get off. Right. I think that the only fight they'll try and make is probably a rematch with Prograis, or eventually the Lopez fight. What? To be honest with you, he don't need to do anything. He's king of the castle. Enjoy his time, make as much money as he possibly can.
And you're talking about Josh Taylor?
Yeah, Josh Taylor, and then give the fans what they want. Josh Taylor just wants a super fight in his home country, rightfully so, rightfully deserves it. And why not? The Scottish fans are great. They come in the thousands, the tens of thousands. They're noisy. Then they support their own. So, you know, I'm really excited and pleased with Josh Taylor.
I mean, Josh Taylor got it the hard way. What was so impressive about me with Josh Taylor was I'm like, damn, he had a bunch of hard fights. That Regis Prograis fight was a classic to me. To me, I saw that fight, and that fight could have went either way, in my opinion. And
absolutely. And if you put them all in a bunch, Prograis, Ramirez, or Kung Sun, or whoever he fought, you would put Prograis right up there. He was the main man, the main threat. And the fight, like you said, could have gone either way, and thankfully went towards Josh Taylor. And I hope these guys have it again. It's a great fight for the boxing. Not, you know, for the casuals, they probably won't understand it. But for the real boxing fans, it's a fantastic fight. And there's that mutual respect between them anyway. So something that I really would like to see happen anyway. I can see it happening.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think has the psychological edge? Does Tyson Fury have the psychological edge in his press conference? You know, Tyson talked the best of them. So that's what I do love about him. You know, I love the trash talking. You know what I mean? But what I don't like is we know they're going to come with the racial element from Wilder side.
Let me tell you how Tyson Fury is. He'll dictate the whole press conference by body language. Now, he'll let Deontay Wilder say what he's going to say. He'll stand up and he'll say something like, right, let's sit down. And Wilder will sit down. Once he's got you in control, then he's beat you mentally, and then he'll just literally destroy you. But at the end of the day, Tyson Fury could have avoided this fight, could have paid him off what he wanted, but he took the fight. Because Tyson Fury wants to end it once and for all, because Wilder came out with so much excuses and disrespected the honor of sportsmanship. He lost. He should have taken it as a man. It happens. Come again. But one excuse, two excuses, next you know, 10 excuses. So for that reason, and disrespecting Tyson and to accuse him of cheating, that makes it a bit personal. Now, the problem you've got is Tyson, he showed you he can fight in the back foot. He shows you he fought on the front foot. So he can beat you either way. So Wilder's like, well, I've got a puncher's chance. Well, you had a puncher's chance 2 years ago, and he got up. Then you had a puncher's chance on the rematch. You got punched out. Now, what can you really offer Tyson Fury now, who's now appearing to be at his peak of his career?
Coach, let me ask you a quick question. What do you think of Malik Scott? Over here in the United States, the Deontay Wilder supporters, the Twerkinator Nation, they're saying that Malik Scott is he's greater than Angelo Dundee, he's greater than Tommy Brooks, he's greater than Eddie Futch. He's the best trainer in the history of boxing now, and he's going to transform Wilder. Even though he's been in the Wilder's camp for years, he is the secret sauce that's going to magically turn this key, that's going to make a different fighter. He's going to come with a different style, a style that he has never shown 40-something fights. But he's going to be this guy that's going to be the one to turn it on. What do you think about Malik Scott as a trainer?
Malik Scott ain't going to do shit, and that's being polite. Malik Scott tried to imitate Tyson Fury in his movements in the first fight and the second fight, and obviously it didn't work. They've got to show us something. Oh, we're going to try this new, because they tried the first thing, didn't work. Tried the second fight, didn't work. Now the third fight, what are they going to bring? So let's make Malik Scott as the front runner, which I don't think he is. That's just a front, because his original trainer, he's still there. So what's
to my JDs?
Yeah, JD. What's different?
Well, I think Malik Scott is supposed to be the lead trainer. Now, this is something that a lot of these Wilder supporters don't know. Even though Mark Breland was there, but I'm pretty sure you know more about it than I do, Coach Askey. But Mark Breland was not allowed to really be the lead. JD's was still the lead. They kind of like had Mark Breland on a leash. So whenever he did try to teach Wilder certain things, there was rumors, and I think Mark Breland's son confirmed it. Listen, man, my dad wasn't even allowed to say certain things. If Wilder didn't feel good that day, you couldn't say nothing to upset him. JD's was the one that was really still in control. So now, Mark Breland is the fall guy. And that's what I don't like about that. He was the fall guy. The man received death threats, Coach Askey. They was threatening this man's life, Wilder supporters. Not all of them, a certain element of them, because they are very irrational. They're very slow and low IQ. And I always get on the Deontay Wilder fanboys because I don't like them at all. And they come over here, I don't like them at all. But they threw this man under the bus. You see what I'm saying? The man received death threats, and he was lied on. Wilder used him as an excuse in order to justify saying that, yeah, man, I always wanted Malik Scott to be my lead trainer anyways. So when he said that confirmed for me, Coach, that he just wanted to get rid of Breland and bring Malik Scott in there. I'm hoping like hell that Fury beat his ass.
The best way to explain it, you having a basketball team and you've got two coaches there. You've got me or you've got Michael Jordan. And the reason why I say Michael Jordan, because we know he's probably the best of the best. Now, Mark Breland, an Olympian, a world champion, how much more experience can you get? A world champion trainer, how much more experience can you get with that man? And you kind of respect and appreciate him. It's their loss. Shame on them. How dare you insult or question a man of that caliber? Just my opinion.
Right. And
let me jump in right quick, Coach.
And
Go ahead, Shel.
you want to entertain the casuals by pretending that Malik Scott's the great hope that's going to make everything go around. The only thing that's going to change this fight is that power shot that Deontay Wilder does have. Give respect where respect's due. George Foreman shown that when he fought Michael Moore. Is it Michael Moore?
Michael Moore.
The last thing of heavyweight losers is punching power. But one thing we've seen with Tyson, he's starting to move. He can fight on the front foot, back foot, sit there, move, whatever he wants. Sing a song while he's fighting, whatever. Now, I've got to say this, yeah? I've got to say this. They know deep down they're kicking themselves by trying to accuse Mark. Now, there must be something in there that they're not saying, because it don't just happen. Because if you used to accuse Mark of so much, he could sue you, but why doesn't he sue them? And it's not a case of, I'm not bothered about that. Of course you're bothered about it. It's America. America's all about naming and shaming and slandering. You slander someone, it's libel. And when it's libel, they will sue your ass. You know what I mean? So I think there's something there that they're not letting on, but it doesn't matter. By bringing someone like Malik Scott, have a day off, man. He ain't doing nothing.
Right. So, I mean, to me, go ahead, Shel. Go ahead, Shel.
Coach Askey, I want to ask you a question about a fight of consequence, about your man Josh Taylor. Now, what do you think is his best moves going forward? I think he should stay at 40. There's a lot of money fights that can come to 40. He can make his money there. I don't believe that they should feed him to Crawford right now, because I think that's too much of a hill to climb.
Sorry, you're absolutely right, because obviously the companies want super fights. They want to cash in because they want Lopez, but is he not with Triller? They want Crawford because he's got one fight left with him. Of course, they want to call out the super fights, but Josh Taylor's management team ain't going to be stupid enough to take them fights. They're going to cash in. He's king of the castle. A rematch with Prograis in Scotland. 100,000 people will turn up, no problem whatsoever. Great fight. Then you've got other fights. He don't need to go to them. Remember, Josh Taylor, he's the undisputed champion of the world. He has all the keys in his pocket. They need him. He don't need them. He's proven himself. So you're right. Stay at where you're at. Let them come to him and fight at where you're comfortable at. Wherever Ben Davison says he's best at, stick with that.
Right. I totally agree with that. Shel, what do you think about that? I mean, because we said that. Of course, I'm like, listen, Josh Taylor's at 140. He should stay there. Well, no, you don't need to go to 147 for what? Stay at 140. You got a bunch of fights you can get, a bunch of money he's going to make, because they literally tried to set him up to fail in the United States, but he pulled it out. He pulled it out because that boy got that dog in him. I love Josh Taylor for that. Now he's the king of the castle. Anybody want to fight me? Bring your ass to the UK. You come over here. I'm undisputed. There's no dispute about who is the undisputed champion over here. It's me. If you want to fight me, come to the UK and we can get it on.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that Josh should enjoy the fruits of his labor. Dispatch those guys at 140, because I don't see anybody at 140 that can touch him right now. But moving up, to me, is a bad idea. I think he should stay there, make his money. You got E-Bunny, you got Prograis, you got Mikey Garcia, who can make 40. A lot of big fights, big money. Make your money, man. Don't rush up, take the fight with Crawford. It's a bad idea.
100% agree.
Man, but Coach asking, man, what other fighters you got that you're working with right now? Like any young up-and-coming fighters?
Hey, I've got this young kid, super talented, Mikey Lee Broughton. Now, this young kid, Mikey Lee, he's hungry. He's what I call a champion to be made. This kid had already shown the signs. He's a trainer's dream. You know,
what's his name? Mikey Lee? Mikey Lee who?
Mikey Lee Broughton.
Okay.
He's part of my management team. I manage him and train him. I'm excited about him. This kid is going to be super special. Definitely one to watch out for. 100%.
What is weight class?
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Okay. Hey, can you get him on so I can interview him? I would love to. I'm gonna look some footage up on him, and I would love to interview him.
Absolutely. He's hopefully getting him out in September. He'll have his pro debut, but I'll definitely hook you up to get an interview with him. He's had it tough, very tough. You know, he comes from a very broken background. But he comes from a fighting family of boxers from Wales. His great-grandfather was the Welsh national champion, then moved to England, became the English national champion. So his grandfather became a champion, and obviously it's gone into his DNA. So Mikey Lee, you know, this kid is special, real special.
Yeah, I definitely want to interview him, man. I would love to. You know, we need to, how we keep the sport of boxing alive. And this is why I love, like, my channel. I don't like fanboys.
Hey,
I don't care.
I've got another guy I work with. It's amazing. His name's Wes Davis. Wes Davis used to be at the Mayweather's gym. He was originally from Wales. Now, Wes Davis was a national champion, tri-nation champion, moved to the Mayweather gym, had one fight in Mexico, but then he fought some evil demons in his mind. He was battling mental health, schizophrenia, personal issues. So he came back to England, and a few friends sent him towards me. Now, thankfully, he's pulling through. I'm on the verge of getting his license back. His doctors have cleared him. I'm waiting for the British board to clear him. So that itself is a story in itself, because to come from where he's come from, and I mean real deep, to come back to where he's come from, he's enjoying the sport. And we never wanted him to fight again. We wanted him to be in a mental health, in a healthy mental being. And he's mentally well, he's physically well. So he's a story in itself, Wes Davis. But the man's Mikey Lee Broughton.
Okay. Listen. So I'm gonna let anyone want to ask you a question about boxing. You can. Richard S. Sir, how you doing, sir? I see you in the chat. G-Man, I'm gonna come to you next, brother. Okay, just bear with me. Richard, what you got to say, sir? Where you from?
I want to hear what Sheldon has to say about the Marvin Johnson, Matthew Saad Muhammad first fight.
Oh,
Excellent fight. I thought Marvin Johnson. I was with the decision. I thought Marvin Johnson won the fight. I thought he was the better fighter on that night. I was with the decision. Matthew Saad Muhammad came back, took the title, but it was a great fight. That was an excellent fight. I agree with the first decision, though. I thought Marvin Johnson won the fight.
Okay, what about Danny Little Red Lopez against Salvador Sanchez?
Masterclass by Salvador Sanchez. Danny Little Red Lopez, I think, was on a 9-fight winning streak, 9-fight knockout streak, if I'm correct. He had won his last 9 fights by knockout. They brought Sanchez in kind of like a replacement, and Sanchez beat his ass. Sanchez was a special fighter.
All time.
Yes, he was a special fighter, brother. Sanchez was a special fighter, one of my favorites of all time.
And what about one more thing I got for you, Sheldon? Larry Holmes, when he fought Ali, the fight should never have been made. But when he had Ali in the corner and was shooting that right and left, he was punching like pistons in his arms.
Yeah, that fight should have never been made. If you remember, in round 8, Larry Holmes was shooting the jab, throwing the right hand, and calling for the ref. Come on over here, stop this fight, man. What are you doing? Stop this fight. Yeah. Ali was a shell of himself. He should have never took the fight. But you got to remember, Richard, they gave Ali in 1980 10 million reasons to take it.
Yeah. How much did he get for the Berbick fight? He won that one.
He got another. He got like $5 million to go to the Bahamas and fight Berbick. He got $5 million for that.
Okay.
Say that again, brother.
They were sitting there in beach chairs.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. He went the whole 15. He went the whole 10. My bad. He went the whole 10 rounds.
Richard, do you have any questions for Coach Askey, sir?
No, I'm good. I think Wilder is going to lose this fight very badly, and I hate to see what's going to happen.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Let me go ahead and let my brother G-Man talk for a minute. Thank you so much, sir. G-Man, go ahead and talk, brother.
Thank you.
Yo, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you for being patient, G-Man. I'm so thank you for being
question,
patient.
Man. Yeah. Coach Askey, man, good to see you. Good to hear you. Listen, we're never gonna get to speak to Tyson Fury, yeah, but I just want to know about his psychology. What was the thinking behind his fights with Schwartz and Berlin?
Well, if you look back at it, he was out. He had ballooned up to 30 stones, and he was supposed to have a warm-up fight. So These were like the warm. Oh, they were the after the Wilder fights, weren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, it's about who's available, who is prepared to fight. Now, AJ was busy. White wasn't available. The top guys weren't available. So you can only fight who is available. And to be honest, it was about cracking the American market. After he fought Wilder, the Americans were like, wow, this guy can really box now. You know, before it was just a height job. Wilder was supposed to wipe him out. So then he went to Vegas. He wanted to build himself up. And to be honest with you, hey, I'm glad you mentioned that because look at this. Look at this. Team Schwartz. Today's the actual anniversary. 2 years today when Tyson fought in Vegas. So it was good. And the popularity was great. Tyson coming out with the Apollo Creed, coming to America kind of entrance. So the fans loved him. And it just took boxing. It turned Tyson into a global star. You crack America, you crack the world.
All right, okay. I was going to ask you something as well about like, yeah. So what about him never defending his belts? Like, it might sound like I'm cracking on Tyson.
No,
Yeah?
Jim, you're
I've
right.
just got some.
Okay,
I've just got some questions.
Okay, let's go back to the Klitschko fight.
Mm.
He beat Klitschko, collected the belts within days.
He was stripped. That's right. Yeah.
So as much as he wants to defend his belts, the politics of the alphabetical belts have always stepped in. Hence why I always believe the lineal status holds more credibility.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that give the belts the credibility. So it's like if Josh Taylor gave all the belts and decided to go with the IBO.
He'd be the man.
He's still the man.
Just like what's his name? My man that lost to Lopez. What's his name? Lomachenko. Yeah.
Yep. Well, listen, Lomachenko, he was ill prepared. He jumped in too quick, but I can't see him doing the same in the rematch because you can see when Lomachenko realized, hold on, wrong game plan. You know what? I got to take it to this guy, but it was a round too late.
Yeah, you're right.
You've got to give Lomachenko his credit. He's a phenomenal force, but you got to give Lopez his credit. He beat him, so it is what it is.
Do you reckon he's going to beat up Kambosos or?
That's been delayed now, isn't it, due to COVID?
Has it?
Yeah, it's been delayed till August something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if you're not supposed to know, but it has been, so.
Okay.
It's been postponed.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Coach Ask, I got one. I know you're real busy. Coach Ask, you have to get ready to go, right?
Yep.
All right, so I got one more question for you.
Yep.
Wilder, and I have to address this. Wilder said that he had a dent in the left side of his skull. Now, you've been training boxers, world-class boxers for a long time. Have you, since you've been in the sport of boxing, is it possible for Tyson Fury to have put egg weights, and I know what an egg weight is because I just shot a box with an egg weight, in his glove, and that's one. And two, is it possible that that Deontay Wilder has a dent in the side of his skull? And if so, do you need surgery to repair it? Does it heal on its own, or can you clear that up for me?
Well, let's just get one thing straight. He must have a dent in his head because he made up so much bullshit excuses, so he's chatting shit. Second thing, Tyson, when we was hitting me with a 20-ounce glove and I was wearing a heavy bodysuit with pillows inside, and he still managed to crack 3 of my ribs. Tyson hits hard. People don't realize this. People can call him whatever they want, but look, he's knocking him out. You see what he did to Wilder? He hits hard, and he's learning to plant his feet. Before he was hitting on the move, but now that he's learning to plant his feet with Sugar Hill, he's just going to get strong, and people are going to start respecting his power. Now, whether they want to accuse him of putting something in his glove, your own man, the same man that you've got in your team, your JDS, you've still got him in your team inspected. Don't talk to anyone else about it. Talk to your own team. What did you see? What did the commission see? What did everyone, the media, everyone in the change room see? So stop talking rubbish. It's embarrassing. However, come fight night, all the excuses are out the window. It's showtime. It's everything. It's all or nothing. And you know people are going to always make the excuses up, and I think it's great. Listen, some people take it personal, but if it builds up the hype, if it creates interest and creates tension, it's a great thing to sell the fight. Now,
right.
You know all the Wilder fights are going to be screaming and shouting, but come the rematch, come the third fight, no more excuses. This is it.
I have another question. I have one more thing I want to say. Not a question. I'm gonna let you go. For all of you Wilder fans out there, well, this is what you got to understand. When you're fighting off the back foot, the punching power is not as hard as someone when they fight on the front foot. I hope that common sense would tell you that. If I'm going backwards and I'm fighting on the back foot and I'm punching you, hitting you with the jab, of course it's going to feel like it's pillow fist or whatever the case may be. But in the second fight, Fury fought front foot dominant, meaning he was coming forward. He was trying to punch through his target. That punch is going to feel a lot different than someone who's trying to punch you going backwards. I hope common sense would tell you that, but these Wilder fanboys, they don't have common sense. They never had a fight before in their life. They have very low IQs. And I just gotta call it like it is. It is what it is. And you said that Fury's pillow fist, he didn't have power. Okay, but he stopped the twerkinator that night. So other than that, Coach Askey, please get the fighters on, man. I would love to interview Mike Lee Broughton. I would love to interview that brother. Please, sir.
Yeah, I'll definitely arrange that. Take care. Thanks for having me on, and wish you all the best for the show.
Yes, sir, man. Let's give Coach Askey a round of applause, everybody. And hit the Ali bell for my brother, Coach Askey, man. Round of applause for Coach Askey. A round of applause, you know what I mean? Richard, go ahead, fam. Anything else you want to talk about, sir?
Coach, don't you think that Wilder keeps his feet too far apart?
Yes, he does, but he's been getting away with that because Wilder doesn't really have footwork. He doesn't really have footwork. His whole fighting style is predicated upon if you become overly aggressive and you stand right in front of him in a beeline. If you try to come in a straight line, he can, let that right hand loose. He learned that from Mark Breland. If anybody know anything about Mark Breland, which a lot of Wilder fans don't know nothing about Mark Breland is the one who showed him how to throw that right hand, because Mark Breland used to throw that right hand pretty much the same way. But by Mark Breland being one of the greatest Olympic boxers of all time who represented America in 1984, he knew how to set those punches up. So Wilder kind of fell in love with that one shot, sir, to be honest with you. He fell in love with the one shot, and it worked for him. But then when he got in the ring with Tyson Fury, he landed the right hand in the first fight. Fury got up. He landed the right hand 3 or 4 times in the second fight, and Fury ate it. He ate that same right hand. You know what I mean? And he walked him down, and he pressed him out. You know what I mean? This is language that a lot of the Wilder fanboys, they don't understand because they know nothing about boxing. They don't know what pressing a person out is. They don't know what fighting front foot dominant is. They don't understand how you fight in angles. You make a person see one thing, and then when he throws his punch, you're not there. They don't understand that because, they don't understand that. They have very low IQs. But I think he does keep his legs too far apart. So I'm anxious to see what he's going to do in his second fight. His third fight, sir, to be honest with you.
Hypothetical. Canelo against Andy Ruiz. Who wins the fight?
Canelo against Andy Ruiz. Wow, Andy's a big boy. So, but you're saying hypothetical. I would say, I don't know, man. Damn, that's kind of tough.
I would always go a good big fight always beats a smaller good fighter.
Yeah,
normally the case. Yeah. You see.
Well, Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, G-Man, you're right.
But he's a heavyweight.
Yeah, you say Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The big guy. G-Man is right though. The big fighter, really, and Andy Ruiz is a skilled fighter. So it's not like he's a big slouch. He's a. The press conference should be coming on now. I actually have it on the phone. We're just waiting for people to come on stage right now. So anything else you would like to say, Richard, before we wrap up?
No, I love your show.
All right, thank you so much, sir, man. Let's round of applause to Mr. Richard S, man. Round of applause to our brother. And let's ring the Ali bell. Hit the Ali bell for Richard, man. Hit the Ali bell for Richard, man. I really, really appreciate you coming on, sir. Please have a nice day.
You too.
G-Man, we can cook, fam. Well, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you for being patient.
That's all right, man. I'm just waiting for the same thing you're waiting for, Basically, I just want to see what Wilder's gonna say. And I hope that questions are put his way and he won't be able to worm his way out of them. I just want to see what he's going to say this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to, try to come with intimidation tactics like Clubber Lang, looking all mean. He's going to have his goon squad with him. They're going to try to intimidate Tyson Fury. It's not going to work. Because one thing I watched boxing for a little while, and I'm pretty sure you have as well. anytime you have a bully on, anytime, you know, the bully gets bullied, and you've seen it time and time again. My favorite fighter, who I was a fanboy of, Mike Tyson, you know, once Buster Douglas beat him, you know what I mean? It wasn't the same. And then, of course, he went to prison and got out. You know, but when you look at those bully fighters, those fighters who are known to install fear in their opponent before they step into the ring, George Foreman and stuff like that, once you beat that bully, there's a blueprint on how to beat him. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. So, you know, looking mean, talking bad, using, you know, trying to make everything racial, you know, it's just like that has nothing to do with boxing. Because when you step in the ring, you know what I mean? Whoever has the highest boxing IQ, whoever can execute the game plan to perfection, the best that night, is going to be the one to win the fight. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in that, you know, so, I mean, that's just how I see it, G-Man. How do you see it, sir?
I mean, yeah, I see it the same way. I've got a question for you, though. How does the American public view Wilder then? I'm not just talking about boxing fans. I'm just talking about fans you might see in this video, like, I don't know, on World Star or YouTube or something like that. How does the average Joe see Deontay Wilder?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. You have, you know, Wilder has a he has a rabid fan base who they're gonna ride with him to the end. Wilder can say anything and they won't question it. It's like he's like really their king. Like they worship Wilder, his fan base. Now everybody in America don't even follow boxing like that. You know what I mean? So Wilder is really, Wilder didn't sell out a bunch of events. You know, any boxing event really, his biggest payday was fighting Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury has been a blessing to Deontay Wilder, to be honest with you. He's been a blessing to Deontay Wilder because he's never fought on a big stage like this before prior to Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? So this is going to be good for him, his Bomb Squad Nation, his Twerk Nation. I know they love him, and I'm happy that they do. I'm glad that you guys support him. I'm not riding with the Bomb Squad myself at all. I don't give a damn about him or his fanboys, and if you get offended, good. My job is to offend you, and you can deuces, you know what I mean? Shout out to Sly Tendencies for the super chat.
Super chat received.
Ali Bell as well. Sly Tendencies say, Coach, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late, working like crazy. I heard Fury coming out in Wilder's suit. Yeah, man, I don't know what he's coming out in, fam, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But, he has his fan base. He has his Alphabet Boy channels who support him no matter what. They're going to ride with him. They do deflection tactics. They won't address all of the allegations that he said. They'll just stick to Tyson Fury cheated, and that's it. They don't address the other 14 things that Wilder said because they know it sounds very crazy and they can't defend it. So that's his fan base. They're a rabid fan base. I'm not one of them. I can care less about the Twerkinator. I love his story. I love the fact that, and I used to be a Wilder supporter, but his fans, his fanboys make me hate him. I don't like him or his fan base. I just don't. Right now, I don't give a damn about him. I'm just being honest with you. I just don't. And they come here all the time. I see them in the chat. They come over here every day to get verbally abused by me. They love me. They love me as well.
Remember, there was a time whereby like hardly anyone knew who Luis Ortiz was. I used to hear the same thing over and over again from Wilder fanboys. They'll be like, "Oh, Luis Ortiz is a skilled Cuban fighter," and like, I'd ask them, "So how many fights have you seen him fight?" And like they would never reply. They made Luis Ortiz to be some boxing genius. They said Luis. Anytime Wilder fights somebody, he's the monster. He's the boogeyman. Luis Ortiz is the boogeyman of the division. How? Where? Like who? Like where? You know what I mean? He had an opportunity to fight AJ for $7 million. He turned that fight. Remember when AJ lost to Andy Ruiz, the guy who got offered $7 million prior to Andy Ruiz was Ortiz. Because remember, Gerald Big Baby Miller got popped dirty. He's a drug cheat. That's all he does. Cheat. That's all he does. He's a drug cheat. So he got popped dirty. They reached out to the PBC, offered Ortiz $7 million. He turned it down, saying 4 weeks wasn't enough for him to get ready for the fight. And then he ended up fighting Wilder for $500,000. Now, do you think it's the PBC telling Ortiz, no, you can't take the fight, or was it Ortiz's handlers?
Yes, the PBC is his handlers. You see what I'm saying? Like Deontay Wilder has handlers. I understand that you guys say he's a king, he does what he wants to do. No, he doesn't. There's not one fighter on the PBC that does what they want to do. This is why they say call Al. Anytime you have to call somebody, that's who runs the show. Because Al Heyman is the one, Uncle Al, they call Uncle Al. Al Heyman is the one who controls the purses. He's the one that has the relationships with the networks. The networks put the money up, and this is how these fighters get paid. So whoever controls the money controls the fighter. And so that's why they have to listen to Al. So none of these fighters are their own bosses. I mean, perfect example. I'm gonna give you another perfect example. When Wilder turned down the 3-fight, $120 million deal with DAZN, when the reporter asked him why did he turn that deal down, I'm gonna show you the video. He immediately looked to Shelley Bullwinkle. He looked at Shelley Bullwinkle, and Winkle grabbed the mic, put it over there, and he the one answered for Wilder. He did the talking for Wilder, basically saying that, hey, this was there was certain, it was a good deal. We had a good meeting, but Wilder, we believe that this fight is going to be more lucrative later on down the line, and Wilder will be, Wilder's going to bet on himself so he can make more money. That's what he said.
He also said that, we want Wilder to fight and knock out Anthony Joshua Fury in front of, I don't know, the entire world, not in an app. Remember? Right.
He
said something like that too, man.
Right, he did say that. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's it, man. So, but the past is the past. Right now, we're looking forward towards the future. July 24th, I have a list of demands. Hey, what do you think about these 15 demands that I just read off that we need in order for this fight to go down? Because I want to make sure that these Beyonce Wilder fans are happy. I don't want no goddamn excuses. If he get his clock cleaned again, I just want to make sure, man, that they're happy. So what do you think? Is there any other stipulations that you think should happen before the fight in order to make his fan base happy? Or do you think that nothing will make them happy outside of a Deontay Wilder victory?
Wait, I can't remember what you said. Like, I know you reeled up a whole heap of them. Which ones comes to mind?
No white towels. There can't be no white towels. Deontay Wilder cannot drink any water or bring a water bottle to the ring, because last time he said that his water bottle was spiked by Mark Breland. So we just want to make sure that we don't want to leave any rooms for error that his water bottle gets spiked again. That's two. I also said that Deontay Wilder cannot wear any costumes to the ring, since the costume drained his legs, right? So no costumes this time, because we don't want that as an excuse. And he cannot wear any mask to the ring, since the mask kind of like blurred his vision when he took, because they had the lights around the eyes. It kind of blurred his vision. So we don't want that neither. He had a white referee the first fight. He didn't like him. He had a black referee the second fight. He didn't like him, even though the black referee took a point from Tyson Fury. They helped Wilder out, but he still didn't like him. So I think we're going to use attorney Ben Crump. He's a professional race hustler right here in America. He specializes in racial issues, for personal gain. You know what I mean? Everything is racial with these guys. And we have 3 new judges. Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam, race baiter, race hustler. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton has to be the other 2 race hustlers. They have to be the judges. You know what I mean? So these are just some of the things. And that's it. And that's just some of the things. And I hope that will make Deontay Wilder fanboys happy. I'm pretty sure it won't, because their IQs is that low. So that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, Fury should get like an exact 10-second count when he gets knocked down, and 20 seconds for Wilder, like in the first fight against Ortiz.
Right, and not only that, we need a copy of the autopsy report, because Marcellus Wilder said that there's the autopsy revealed that Wilder had a dent on the left side of his head, right? So since he had a dent on the left side of his head, we need to see a copy of the autopsy report. Only problem is an autopsy is a medical procedure that is done by doctors in order to determine the cause of death. So
you trying to tell me that Deontay Wilder's a clone right now? We're looking at his clone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he has risen. The king has risen.
Right. Right. So these
about that, coach. I had to take a phone call, but I'm back.
Right. That's fine, brother. That's fine. We held it down. I know you had to so list of demands that Fury must meet. Exactly. So some of those demands are for Fury. No, Fury cannot. Sugar Hill is not allowed to wrap his hands. Right. We are going to allow members of the Nation of Islam will have to wrap Tyson Fury's hands in the middle of the ring for everybody to see. He can't have him wrapped in the locker room, and his gloves must be inspected 15 times prior to him putting the gloves on. Right? So I think that should clear everything up. And Tyson Fury has to wear 55-ounce gloves the night of the fight. So I think that should more than suffice to make you Beyonce, Twerkinator, Wilder fanboys happy. If you're not happy off of the list of demands that I came with, I don't know what to say to you guys. I just don't. You know what I mean?
Quick side note, Coach. Quick side note: the press conference hasn't started yet. I got it queued up on the TV. It hasn't started yet.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, yeah, it hasn't started yet. So you know they're gonna be late. They're gonna be late. You know what I mean with the press conference. So you know, hold on. What do you say? Lehman Sorter. What do you say, fans? 7-8, aka Jabba the Hutt, will find every excuse after this ass whooping. Yeah, man. You know, one thing I say about Wilder, I will say this: he has some rabid fanboys. They are very, very fanatical. They are very fanatical. They're gonna ride with Wilder till the wheels fall off. And I really do respect that. I respect that about them, no matter how delusional they are. But they're gonna ride with him till the wheels fall off. And you know, I respect that. You know, I don't agree with it because basically I care about the sport of boxing than I do a particular individual. So, you know, if someone is with some foolishness or some BS, I'm gonna call them out on it, irregardless of who the fighter is. But they don't have an objective bone in their body.
I wanted to address somebody, but I guess they left. They asked me specifically, what was I gonna say if Wilder wins? Well, contrary to popular belief, I'm pulling for Deontay Wilder. I want him to win. I just don't know if he's capable of pulling it off. And I want him to win. I want to see him do well. I don't have no beef with Wilder. The only beef I have with Deontay Wilder was the fact that you're going to call yourself a champion of the people, and then when you lost, you made excuses for losing. There are no excuses in boxing. You saying you was injured, this happened, that happened. Well, if you was injured, you should have took the goddamn fight. If you wasn't ready to perform, you shouldn't have got in the ring. Once you step in the ring, no excuses. You lost. Accept it like a man, get better, come back, redeem yourself. If you can't, take your loss and move on, brother. That's all I want from you.
I mean, immediately after he had the fight, he said, I ain't got no excuses. But, I was going through some things. I thought this guy, man, like he just contradicts himself immediately after saying one thing. He's just a character. Real character.
Yeah. Shout out to my main man, Second Ezra, for the $5 super chat. The autopsy revealed that Wilder is a zombie. Yeah, man. Me personally, man, I didn't have any issues. I like what Wilder said immediately after he lost the fight. He said, "Hey, me no more corner through the towel in. I don't know why they did it, but Tyson Fury, he was the better man tonight." That's what he said in the ring. But then I was cool with that. I'm like, man, I was still riding with him. Okay, he lost. You're gonna bounce back because I've seen some of the greats lose. Tyson, Whitaker, Dwyer Jones, Marvin Hagler. The list goes on and on and on. Just a countless boxers who have lost. James Tooney. The list goes on and on and on. Ali. But this guy gave like 14 different excuses, and that's the only issue that I have. And then his fanboys, they piss me off to the point to where I can't support him. I'm gonna support the other American heavyweight champion, and that's Trevor Bryant. Trevor Bryant from New York. He's the WBA regular heavyweight champion. I'm going to support him.
Who in the hell is that?
He is the regular heavyweight champion of the world, and he's black. So now,
what? Okay, of what world?
He's the WBA heavyweight regular champion.
Nobody knows that dude.
All right, but listen. Okay, we need to get to know him since we pushing this narrative that we need to support all black champions according to the Alphabet Boys. They don't never mention Trevor Bryant. Why not?
Champion.
He's a champion. He's the WBA regular heavyweight champion. This is he beat Bermain Stavern.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
They beat him. They fought right here in Hollywood, and they fought at the Hard Rock Hotel. Earlier this year, like in January.
Hey, Coach, you got that one. I'm not gonna argue with you. You got that one. I have no idea who that man is. I don't know what he's done. I never heard of him. I don't recognize him as anything but a guy that's a professional fighter, and I respect him for that. But champion, no, I don't know nothing about that guy.
Trevor Bryant is the only American heavyweight champion that we have right here in America, the United States. He is the WBA regular heavyweight champion. You guys look it up. Shout out to Lil Bullet for the super chat. No man is happy to lose the woman they love. Wilder is traumatized because another man took Sophia away from him. He's got to make excuses. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, I don't, Sophia. Oh, okay. You talking about his girl, his lady. Yeah, man. Listen, Lil Bullet, man. Let me tell you something, man. We need to support the American heavyweight champion, Trevor Bryant. That's what we need to get behind him. Put all of our.
Then why ain't Wilder calling him out?
I don't know. he got to redeem himself from. He got embarrassed on Black History Month. So Wilder's pride is eating him up because people like me have made countless videos, and it's very embarrassing. And his Bomb Squad Nation has been riding for him. But apparently people like me who made a million videos just basically calling him out on his foolishness is kind of getting to him, and he has to come back and redeem himself. I was the one that was saying I hope he wins because I know his fan base will be on suicide watch. But since I've been receiving threats and stuff from his fan base, I would not root for Beyonce Wilder. I don't give a damn who he fights. Deontay Wilder can be fighting Mikey Garcia. I'm rooting for Mikey Garcia. Literally, he could be fighting. He could be fighting Lomachenko. I'm rooting for Lomachenko. He could be fighting.
Basically, what you're saying, Coach, is that you're done. You're done.
I'm done.
With Wilder.
I'm done. Right now, I have drawn a hard line in the sand, and I am totally against the Bomb Squad Twerkinator Nation. And I'm stating this right now.
No forgiveness in your heart. No,
ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back. I don't receive too many threats from that side of the fence for me to come back. It ain't happening. And that's why I call them out every chance I get. And that's it. I can't do it.
What if Wilder knocked Fury out the ring and Fury went, spiraling down the stairs or something like that? Would you not?
If Wilder wins and knock Fury out of the ring, then I will be rooting for the next guy who Wilder fights.
Nah, you go USA. I know you guys.
Nah.
Hey, Peter Von Arx. No one cares about Trevor Bryant, brother. No one cares.
Hey,
Peter. Care about Tank?
Hold on, man. Sheldon. Why you say that about our brother? He is from New York. Trevor Bryant.
I never heard of the dude. I've never seen him fight. I've never heard of this dude.
Hey, man, Trevor Bryant.
I've never seen him fight anyone. I saw a picture of him on a video, and he looks like he's about 6'3", 290. This guy, come on, man.
Trevor Bryant is the boogeyman of the division. This is why you never heard of him. Everybody's ducking him.
Okay, wait a minute, Coach. Wait a minute. Okay, since you're the WBA champ, call out Dillian White or that Fossil Ortiz and fight them, and then I can see what you're about.
He's the boogeyman of the division. Don't nobody want to fight him. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Sheldon. He is the boogeyman of the division. Everybody's afraid of him. AJ ducked Trevor Bryant. Wilder ducked Trevor Bryant. Tyson Fury ducked Trevor Bryant. Andrew Ruiz. Everybody's ducking him.
Trevor Bryant.
Everybody's ducking him. Hey, G-Man, I'm telling you, baby, everybody's ducking Trevor Bryant right now.
Who's he signed to?
Oh, he signed to Don King Promotions.
Oh, wow, Don King.
Yeah, hey. Don King is still promoting. Yeah, he said. Listen. I'm trying to say this with a straight face, man. It's so hard right now. Hey, G-Man, I'm telling you. Hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm dead serious. I'm telling you, man. Trevor Bryant is a future Hall of Famer. He will go down as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time that you guys have never heard of. And I'm telling you.
He'll probably go down. He'll probably be fighting Jake Paul next.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Sheldon, where are you from?
He's from New York. Trevor
No,
Bryant from New York.
City, no, I'm from the city of Angels, baby, Los Angeles, California.
Listen,
you're not claiming him then. You gotta claim him, man.
Man, listen,
I'm from Los Angeles, man. I don't know nothing about some New York guy who. What did he used to do? Did he drive cars or did he work at Walmart? What did he do? Play football or something?
Man, listen, man. He's the boogeyman of the division, bro. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know nothing else. Just know that he's the boogeyman of the division. Everybody's ducking him. Wilder ducked him. Fury ducked him. Anthony Joshua ducked him. Ruiz ducked him. King Kong Ortiz, Dillian White. Don't nobody want to fight this guy. This is how ferocious he is.
Never heard of him, Coach. They probably never heard of him.
I tell you what, you gonna put some respect on Trevor Bryant's.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't know the dude. I've never heard of him, never seen him, never heard of him in any talks to fight anyone. He's never even been on. He's never even been on PBC on Fox. This dude hasn't been on TV. Come on, man.
Listen, man. Listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a conspiracy against him because they know that he's next in line. It's a conspiracy against him. Sheldon, this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's a conspiracy against him. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like this guy is
yeah, one of the... I know, Coach. The guy in the chat said the joke's going over my head. No, it's not. I'm trying to commiserate. I'm trying to keep the joke going about Superman Trevor Bryant, the baddest heavyweight since Tex Cobb, I guess. Since Tex Cobb.
Okay, if it make you feel better, he stopped Trevor Bryant, I think he stopped Bermane Stiverne in like the 10th or 11th round. He stopped him.
Coach, let me explain something to you, Coach. I'm 54 years old. I could probably stop Bermane Stiverne.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. Bermane Stiverne is a future Hall of Famer, too.
If he buys a ticket to go in.
Hey, you know, anybody who Wilder fought is a future Hall of Famer, you know, according to the alphabet, boys. So
I'll be talking down on the chat.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey, Richard S. Who is Trevor Bryant, Richard?
Trevor Bryant?
Yeah, Trevor Bryant.
Yeah, who is that? Who is that?
Hey, that reminds me of the time when Eddie Hearn went down New York and he asked, "Hey, you know who Deontay Wilder is?" And everyone was like, "Dion who?"
Listen, man. Let me pull up Trevor Bryant, his resume, man. Because I don't think
Richard, have you ever heard of Trevor Bryant?
No, never. What weight class was he in?
He's a heavyweight. See,
he's supposedly the WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world. That's who they say he is.
Yeah, that's who he is. Go to BoxRec. BoxRec, I'm finna tell you who Trevor Bryant is. Even BoxRec know who he is. So see Trevor Bryant. Oh, wait a minute, it's not him. BoxRec got somebody else up. Let me. There's a video. I'm gonna send this video. I'm gonna drop this video in the link right now. Trevor Bryant versus Bermane Stiverne. This is one of the greatest fights that you guys probably ever going to see. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know. One of the greatest fights that you're ever going to see. This is Trevor Bryant. Let me see. Is there a picture of him? I don't know. No, listen, they ducking him so much that they don't even have a picture of him.
But I'm tripping. But if you say I'm tripping.
No, I'm just saying.
And BoxRec ain't even got a picture of this dude. But you say I'm tripping. Okay.
No, but I'm saying it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Well, listen. Wilder proved to us that there are conspiracies in the sport of boxing, right? There's a conspiracy against the brother. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Everybody is ducking this man. They don't want to show his face. So here you go right here. Matter of fact, guys, I'm finna put you guys up on it. I'm finna drop the link right here. This is a classic fight. One of the best heavyweight championship fights you're ever going to see. Trevor Bryant versus Bermane Stiverne. I put the link right there on the screen. You can click on it and watch that fight. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, brother. Like y'all don't know who he is, so I have to.
Y'all know who he is.
It's my job to let you guys know. Y'all want to put some respect on Trevor Bryant's name. He's the WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world. He is the only American heavyweight champion that we currently have right now. Trevor
Cosmo Bryant Jr. There you go.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
His name's Cosmo.
Listen, man. You know what I mean? They say, this one guy, I'm looking at the comments on YouTube. He say Brian beats AJ in Fury easily. In a pie eating contest. Oh man. Oh man. Listen, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, we got to get behind our champion. This is what I don't understand. Like, if we are here to support American heavyweight champions, according to the narrative, how come we're not supporting this guy?
Because we got to have one.
Listen, he's a champ, man. You know, he's a champ, Sheldon.
Look, coach. Let me explain something. I'm just trying to clear this up right quick. Okay. I've been watching boxing since 1969. I participated in boxing from 1973 to 1980. I love the sport of boxing. If there's anyone of consequence in the sport of boxing, I know who they are. I have never, ever heard of this guy. Ever. Number one. Number two, beating Bermane Stiverne at 44 years old does not say much.
Hey man. Wilder beat Bermain Stavern to win the belt. He beat him twice.
WBC.
And that's why I shit on Wilder, because he ain't fought no goddamn body.
Hey man, Bermain Stavern is a future Hall of Famer, man. I don't. Sheldon, be honest.
I agree. He can go to the Hall of Fame if he buys a ticket. If he pays his money to the concession window, they will allow him to walk into the Hall of Fame and look at the statues.
Hey,
that's the only way he gets in.
Clean the statues more like.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, it seems like I'm in the minority when it comes to Trevor Bryant. So I'm gonna represent. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna cover Trevor Bryant's resume. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page though. So I don't understand why he don't have a Wikipedia page. This is strange. You know, all of the fighters have a Wikipedia page. I'm telling you, I really think that there's a conspiracy against this brother.
No, Wikipedia's just never heard of him.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. Okay, boxer. Yeah, let me put the boxer up. Oh, there you go. He does have a Wikipedia page. Bam! Matter of fact, let me drop the link right here, man. Let me drop the link right here for you, Shell, because you guys gonna put some respect on our champion, American heavyweight champion, Trevor Bryant's name. That's the link right there. That's his Wikipedia. If you guys want to look him up, go ahead. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this here. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and do this here.
Before we bring out our fighters at this time, let's take a closer look at the history between these two warriors and a preview.
Somebody turn the TV down. Turn the TV down, Coach. You get a strike.
I muted it. Yeah. I muted it. Yeah. So that was
Richard. What you got to say about that, brother? What you got to say about that, Rich?
No, Richard had
You on mute, Richard. You on mute. There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
What are we talking about? I was just watching the press conference.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, trying to find.
Coach was trying to enlighten me on the future Hall of Fame fighter named Trevor Bryant.
No, is he going to Canastota, New York, or some other Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
exactly. Some other one, not that one.
Listen,
exactly.
Trevor Bryant is from Albany, New York. He was born in 1989, August 23rd. He has 21 fights, 21 wins, 15 KOs, and 0 losses. He's 6'4". You see what I'm saying? And he's 201 centimeters. I don't know. No, not centimeters. What is his weight? Oh, he's 193 centimeters in weight. You see what I'm saying?
193 kilograms?
Yeah, kilograms, something like that. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Well, that's damn near 300 pounds.
6'4". 6'4".
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? 6'4".
So when did he get into boxing? Did they have that up there? Why did he start boxing?
You know what I mean? He began boxing at the age of 11 years old. And he had a very promising but short amateur career, according to Wikipedia. You know what I mean? And guess what? Guess who trained him?
Who?
He is trained by Stacy McKinley, a former trainer of Hall of Famer Mike Tyson, and he's promoted by Don King. That's it. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Is we talking about the same Stacy McKinley who forgot to bring ice or Inswell to the fight? Is that the same guy?
Listen, man, people make mistakes. Why you holding on to the old stuff? Why you holding on to the old stuff? Why you holding on to the old stuff, man? Why you gotta bring that up? That's all I'm saying.
Richard, let me ask Richard. Richard's about my age. Let me ask Richard. Richard, is it protocol in your eyes to bring an ice bucket and an Inswell to a championship fight?
Yeah, if you don't, you're in trouble.
So my brother, the coach, says Stacy McKinley is a Hall of Fame fighter who forgot to bring ice, an Inswell, and a bucket to the corner.
No, he's a trainer. Stacey McKinley is a Hall of Fame.
That's what I said. I said you said that Stacey. I said that you said that Stacey McKinley is a Hall of Fame trainer who forgot to bring ice, a bucket, and an Inswell to a heavyweight championship fight. Am I right or wrong? Tell me if I'm lying.
There was a lot of cocaine usage going on them days. Am I right?
That has nothing to do with what you're supposed to bring to the fight. Am I right or wrong? Huh?
He made a mistake, man. He was going through personal problems at the time.
That's not my business. Let's watch this, y'all. Turn your sound down. Tyson Fury's shadow boxing, and he got his shirt off, looking like a jelly roll.
The date highly anticipated.
He put on some weight.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta mute that. Gotta mute that. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I tell you what, man. I know everybody want to watch this press conference. I got it on right here myself. We're gonna see what's up. Of course, we gotta mute it. Can't hear
Hey,
it.
Coach.
So. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach. You want to stop the stream and come back after the conference?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hey, guys, listen. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna let everybody watch the press conference. You know what I mean? So we're gonna shout out to everybody in the chat. I would go name by name, but we're gonna let everybody watch the press conference, and we're gonna pick it back up right after the press conference because I need to take notes to find out what's going to be said. Okay, guys. So
all right, Coach. I'll see you soon.
All right. Shout out. Round of applause for the guests. Shout out to Shelton Moore. Shout out to Richard S. And shout out to everybody in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and look at this press conference, and I'm gonna take notes, and then we're gonna pick it back up. So please just look out for the notification. Okay. Other than that, man, it's that boy Coach Malachi Williams, represent for New Media Today USA Boxing. Signing out once again. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.